Hello, I'm Dr. Jeff, and I'm going to give you some information about active release technique. I'm certified in this technique, normally called ART, where we can break up scar tissue and get to the root of the problems. I work on people that have had problems for days and even years. I've worked on people that have had problems for up to 20 years with scar tissue being very dense, very deep rooted in that area, and we can still work out that scar tissue. Scar tissue begins to form one day after injury occurs. Most people don't realize that you don't need to have a surgery or a car accident or a serious injury to develop scar tissue. Most scar tissue actually develops just from overusing a muscle over time. That can be as a result of poor posture, the way your job is, even using a computer mouse for all day, every day, and looking down at that computer can produce scar tissue not only in the arms, but also the shoulders, the neck, and the upper back. What this technique allows us to do is to break up that scar tissue to get those vertebrae and the muscles and the joints all around the whole body to move properly to alleviate that pain. With this technique, I can identify where the adhesions are in the tissues and then effectively treat them. Now I'm going to do a little demonstration here, a little picture to kind of show what scar tissue looks like. Every muscle in the body, the fibers of that muscle all run parallel to one another. So as those muscles run parallel, they have to be able to stretch this way and relax back, kind of like a rubber band. Well, eventually, if these muscles keep doing that and they get overused or an injury occurs, like a car accident, a surgery, or such like that, there gets to be a little tear that you can see right here. The body realizes there's a tear there, but it doesn't just go there and put this little piece of scar tissue down and connect that. That'd be ideal, but that's not how it works. What happens is that the body walls off that area. So it walls off that area and puts down scar tissue, just starts putting it down. Now it puts it down in every direction. So now it's just one big knot of scar tissue. When that occurs, this muscle can no longer stretch apart like it did before. Now it's stuck right here. These fibers in here are all stuck together. And without that allowing to move, that creates pain, makes other muscles do more work because it has to make up for this muscle not functioning properly. When that occurs, the longer this is like this, the bigger the problem is, because now you get other muscles involved. Not only is this a problem here with just this muscle, but now you also have other muscles that are coming across this, and they're going in this direction, they're going above it. So everywhere in the body there's always a muscle that's layered. There's one going this way and there's another one coming across it like so. So when this happens, this scar tissue can stick these two muscles together. So not only now, every time you move your head one way, it's pulling on this other muscle and creating more problems. Complicated even more is there's very many places in the body where there's a nerve going through that tissue. So now if you have a nerve that's coming through right through here, it happens to go right along between those two muscles and the scar tissue. Now that scar tissue just stuck that muscle to that nerve. And every time you move that muscle, stretch that muscle, you're getting pain right here, or you're getting a zinger of pain all the way down that arm, all the way down that leg, down the neck. What I can physically do with ART technique is we can actually go in there and remove that scar tissue. I can go in there, I can put my thumb right next to that adhesion, and we can work it in that direction there. So I break up all that scar tissue that's going across grain of that tissue. So I can work it in this direction, then I can go in here and work this muscle and clear the scar tissue that's in that direction. We can also work right alongside the nerve here and free that nerve from the muscle. Most people that come into me in for care actually don't have any idea what active release technique is. I have to go through the same demonstration with them to explain to them what active release technique is. But they've also tried other chiropractors, other massage therapists, physical therapies, MDs many times. This gets to the root of the problem. This is what's causing the problem. We can get that, we can take care of that problem. So what people come into me for is that they've tried other things and it hasn't worked. This is the last straw in many cases. Some people have gotten better with other things, but it's not all the way treated. This is going to get to the root of the problem. If I just do some massage in here and rub on this and stuff, I might break up a little bit of scar tissue, but I'm not going to break up anything like what I would with active release technique. Active release technique is something that's going to get the proper function back in those tissues and help alleviate those problems. Hello, this is Pat, and she had come to me a couple years ago with a rotator cuff injury. She's had wear and tear injuries to her arm. She never had any specific arm injury, but it's just something that happened over time due to wear and tear. The scar tissue built up in there and ended up causing the problem. She originally was unable to lift her arm up past right about here, and now she can go all the way up this far, as you can see, and she was unable to get her arm behind her back at all, and now she can get full range of motion. What we did on the original first visit is assess the tissues of the rotator cuff. There are 4 rotator cuff muscles. Those muscles help move the joint and help stabilize it to prevent injury and to just get the mobility in the shoulder. There's also a bunch of muscles around the front of the shoulder, back of the shoulder, and underneath the arm that help support the rotator cuff in order for you to perform all the motions that are necessary. When I assessed Pat's shoulder here, I found a lot of scar tissue in these tissues. With the active release technique, I was able to alleviate those scar tissue adhesions and promote the proper functioning of those muscles.